Hey, how's it going? Can you hear me fine? Just want to make sure my mic's working. All right. All right, cool. Hey, how's it going, everybody? Haven't done a live video for a little while. Hey, Trucker88, how's it going? Jasper? Jared? Yeah, Chuck, we're going to be talking a bit about Tekton, specifically the 92. So I've actually had them for a little while now. But if you guys don't know, when I do videos, since I work on a race team, I'm gone over 200 days out of the year. So every time I'm home, I record like as many videos as I can and I edit them and I keep them on private. Then I release a video every Monday and every Friday. So I have a stock of like 30 videos. So even though you guys haven't seen any of the videos, I've been in my new house for 2 months, almost 3 months now. Uh, that's how many videos I have made. So it's going to be a little while before, you see the Tekken video. I recorded it about a month ago. But I'm going to announce this now so you guys know about it. I'm just drinking some wine right now. How's it going, Bearded? Haven't heard from you in a little while. Good to hear from you. Good to hear, Trucker88. Yeah, I'm glad I waited, even though I already recorded the Tekton video on the Ratchets, and I love them so far. Um, there was a flaw to them, and I wasn't able to mention it in the video. And like I said, since it's like gonna be like another month before it's released, I wanted to at least let you guys know this information now, just so you're aware. Bearded, he's doing good. He's getting really big. He's 19 months now, so he's running all over the place, screaming. He loves the word no. We actually got him a bunch of tools for Christmas, so I'll probably do a little toolbox review for him. Midwest tool review. Oh, weather's not bad. I'm used to it. I grew up in Nebraska, so it's not bad to me. Now, my wife, being from Florida, she wasn't very happy with the snow, but she's getting more used to it. Not that she likes it, but she's getting more used to it. Hey, Nick, how you been? Yeah, it's been a little while. Uh, Actually, this is brand new garage. I just redid all the walls and the paint and everything. So it should be pretty clean. The only thing I haven't really done was I wanted to epoxy the floors before I moved in, but with the weather, you can't really epoxy a floor when the cement is, you know, 0 degrees. So I couldn't do that. But everything else, the walls, insulation, everything's done. Even when it was, negative 15 out, it was still about 55, 60 degrees in my garage. So the heater works pretty good in this garage as well. So the garage stays clean for the most part. Me and my dad came to visit, and we actually built this huge pantry in my kitchen because we had nowhere to store food because we don't have that much cabinet space. So we built this huge pantry in the corner of the kitchen, and we did a lot of the wood cutting in the garage, which was a horrible idea. Well, we did it in the driveway, a majority of it, but it all blew into the garage inside my Camaro and engine bay, and it went sawdust everywhere. My Malibu doesn't have a cabin filter on it. It got on my Malibu, and as soon as I started up the car, just sawdust everywhere. 6 inches of snow this morning. We got like an eighth of an inch, and it melted by the time I woke up. That cuteness wears off fast. Yeah, he's still cute, but the no thing is not so cute. I mean, it's cute, but not when that's the only thing he'll say. Yeah, no, found that was actually sent to me. I know it's got a horrible glare on it right now, but when I went to that PRI show here in Indianapolis, I met up with one of the guys, and he was talking to me about the USA made wrench set. Sorry, my heater just kicked on. uh, the 90 tooth ratchets. We talked for maybe an hour, hour and a half, and he said he'd hook me up this sign. I also had an old instructor of mine from college that started working at a high school, and his classroom was empty, and he needed stuff to fill the walls for his students to see, different tool brands out there. So I put him in contact with the guy that I met from Tekton. He hooked him up with some stuff to hang up in the classroom. So I thought that was pretty cool. Thank you, Scott. I'll try to do my best. Glad you could make it, Rodney. Harry, it really depends on what tool you're buying. Yeah, bearded yak, and we're supposed to get some snow on Sunday too. Possibly. They always throw that word in there before. So we could have an inch or we could have 10. Who knows? Matthew, I was a 31 Bravo, military police. Christopher Garcia. I have nothing against Snap on. I mean, everybody knows they're expensive. But as far as quality, I mean, it's great quality. It just depends on if you want to pay that price or not. That's what I think of Snap on. Thank you. Yeah, Midwest Tool Review. That would be pretty cool. Sorry, trying to catch up with the comments. Oh, damn, Trucker 88, you bought every single socket set Tekton made on January 19th, and 40 days later, they released the new updated. I was just going to mention that in this video, actually. Okay. 11 Bravo, good old infantryman. Okay, so with the Tekton, obviously the video hasn't been released yet. Like I told you guys, I record videos and I keep them on private uh, in my queue until it's their time to be released. But I bought 4 brand new ratchets from Tekton. It's their new 90 tooth. You can get them with the quick release or without. Um, they're pretty awesome. I did not buy any Tekton ratchets before because I thought they were big, clunky, just your standard Walmart style cheap ratchet that you could get anywhere. Um, Other than that, all of the other Tekton products I loved. I bought a whole lot of Tekton, but I did not buy their ratchets because I just thought they were too big and bulky and just, your average standard DIY wired, ratchet. But now they came out with these the same time that they made the USA wrench set. So, like I said, 90 tooth. They have flex head, standard. Um, I don't know if they have locking flex head, but this is the semi locking. Some people have that ball point in the bottom of their flex. Well, this is actually a spring loaded. I'd say it's a little bit better than just a ball detent. It actually fits inside the groove. I've seen it on a couple different style ratchets, but As you can see, they include Tekton right up here on the head, but this is a non-quick release. And as always, Tekton has a beautiful chrome job. Um, and I like the design of the handle, very simple. And they have really, really, if you looked up on Tekton's website, they spent a lot of time designing the heads of these ratchets because they are extremely thin or small compared to their old ratchets, along with many, many other brands. I mean, the head on this ratchet is just tiny uh, and really thin. So, I mean, they're really nice, and I really like the high tooth count. Now, I'm going to be releasing a video on lubricating ratchets. And if you guys haven't heard of the red lube of love, one second, I'm going to catch up on comments real quick. '63 Bravo. No, that's not MP. I don't know what '63 Bravo is. I did buy the extended length 90 tooth ratchet and love it. I emailed Tekton hoping they would at least offer me a discount for the updated ratchet, and they told me £2 sand. Well, that's kind of unfortunate, but they do have a great warranty process. So if you ever break that, maybe you could get it replaced with the new one. But this is they have this in 1/2 inch and 3/8. This is the 3/8 drive, and it is the extended length, and it's like 18.5, 19 inches long, 3/8 drive ratchet, and the head is super small. I mean, this thing is really long for a 3/8 drive 90 tooth ratchet. This thing is awesome. I think it was like 25, maybe $30, but really cool. And then I got 2 1/4 inch drive ones, one flex head, one standard, and then another 3/8 drive flex head. They have it for the 3/8. I don't think they have a long 1/4 inch one yet. That's great to hear, Scott. I'm really glad you're enjoying them, and that they really like your tools as well. Tekton's done a really good job of removing all of their old tools that they weren't satisfied with and releasing new tools that are either really far improved over the old ones, or they just plain went to the USA and made them, which nobody can complain about because Tekton, all of their USA made tools are actually really, really well priced, especially like their pliers and stuff. I'll have videos of this coming. Big changes. So Underground Vapor, what's up? Light wheel vehicle mechanic. Oh, my snap. That's good to hear, David. Yeah, Trucker 88. That long 3/8 ratchet is awesome. Well, if you would be more careful with those off-road vehicles, your leg would be just fine. Oh, like I was gonna say, so Tekton, they just released these at the beginning of the year, the end of last year, the new 90 tooth ratchets, and I really like the non-quick release. And then I know a lot of people that were complaining. They're like, I don't want to, I want the Tekton socket set, but I wish it came with their new ratchet instead of their old ones. Well, Tekton did finally release a comment on Instagram and other places stating that their new socket sets will be including the new ratchets and a new socket design. So the sockets are supposed to be improved over what they were already great sockets, but they've improved upon those as well as included the new 90 tooth ratchet. So if you're buying your stuff off of Amazon or eBay and not through Tekton, I really suggest looking to see which set it is. Make sure that you're going to get those new sockets and new ratchet. Also, I don't see why you wouldn't order off of Tekton. I do have these linked down in the description of my videos on the Amazon links. But if you buy from Tekton and you make an account with them, it's free for every, I can't remember. For, I don't know, there's a great deal. Basically, I spent $100 on these ratchets, and I ended up getting like $15 back that I can use towards my next purchase on the Tekton website, which I'll be using towards those that angled wrench set for $120. That's a great price. As well as you can always find a lot of coupons and stuff for like 15 or 20% off. They have the 30% off for student discount. You can sign up with them. Really good website Tekton has. Plus, no hassle warranty is great. I've talked to a lot of Tekton employees and they're fantastic. All right, I'm just gonna. Well, I really hope you enjoy any Tekton product you get from here on out, trucker. That's really good to hear. Thank you. Where do you buy your Tekton tools? Where? Well, I guess I kind of just answered that. I do buy some off of Amazon, but now that I've made an account with the Tekton website, I always go there because I earn money back towards buying more tools next time. Myers is a good place too. I saw a lot of stuff in there. I got that their scribing all from there for a couple dollars, USA made, just like their screwdrivers. Yeah. Thank you, Joseph. Yeah, Craig. Exactly. So if you're going to buy Tekton stuff, as far as the socket sets that come with ratchets, just make sure if you're wanting the new ratchets and sockets that it's not old stock, because they haven't pulled all the old down. They still got a lot of it out there. Joseph, I think that'll be a really good switch. Not saying that there's anything wrong with your Pittsburgh Pro stuff, but if you're switching to Tekton, most likely you're not going to be or you're not going to be disappointed. You know. Yes, thank you, trucker. So 5% back on every purchase, free shipping, no tax. Thank you. Big R carries. I don't know if I've ever been to Big R before. I don't think they have them in a long flex head. I think they only offer the standard uh, head with the extra length. But I'm sure as people keep buying them, that they'll keep improving upon their products like they have over the last couple years. But another thing is, so I already let you know about the ratchets. I'll have a video out on those soon, um, as well as them updating their socket sets and stuff. Another thing I want to mention is I'm going to be releasing a video of lubricating ratchets. And if you guys have heard of the red lube of love, people use it a lot in lubricating ratchets. Well, this is basically what I'm talking about. It's basically an assembly lube for engines. This is a cam and lifter installation lube, uh, and it's basically like a real thick oil. And it's great to use in a lot of different ratchets. I stay away from grease in my ratchets because grease collects a lot of dust and dirt, and it's really thick. So I stick with oils. I mainly use just a few dabs of the 3-in-1 oil. And that's all I don't want my ratchets leaking oil all over the place or collecting dirt or anything inside of them. Just a couple dabs. I don't need this thing, I just want to prevent the inside from rusting and corroding. That's all it needs to do. And this stuff works great on a lot of ratchets. Well, when you get to the higher tooth count and depending on the design, it doesn't work the best. So in the video that I'll be releasing is the ratchets that I lubricate, which are 2 of the Tekton ratchets. Well, after I put them back together, they operated just fine. Under torque, I was doing an oil change and removing my transcooler fan on my Camaro today, and found that in one direction, when you're applying torque to the ratchet and using it, it would jam up the switching gear. It wouldn't move, but the gear itself and the pawl would jam up, and you couldn't ratchet either way. And I was like, what the hell? So I took it apart and I looked at it and I kind of operated it again, and worked just fine. But as soon as I would apply torque to it again, once again, it'd jam up. So I'm like, what the hell? Well, I took it apart, I cleaned it, because when I spun it, I realized even though I only used a couple drops of this stuff, it is so tacky that on the backswing, the gear would actually pull the pawl with it across over to the other side and jam it up. That's how tacky this stuff is. So I wiped it all off, put a dab of the 3-in-1 oil on it, don't have the problem at all now. So when this video is released on how to lubricate a ratchet, this I would not suggest for the Tekton ratchets. It's extremely tacky, possibly lower tooth count ratchets, but it also depends on the design of the ratchet. So you might not have this tacky issue with other ratchet designs. That's just a forewarning before buying these and maybe possibly using an assembly lube to lubricate the ratchets. But here's one that I didn't lubricate. Nice fine 90 tooth. And then the extra long is the one that I did. So it's a little bit smoother, but it's not jamming up anymore. So it's a good thing. MD Lee, what's up? Yeah, Trucker 88, I completely agree. Yeah, Joseph Lawrence, screwdrivers, punches and chisels, some of their pliers. When purchasing their pliers, make sure to look for the USA made ones, such as their slip joints and the style. These are going to be USA made. What else? What else? They have a couple different angle wrench sets that are now made in the USA. I know I'm forgetting some stuff. Come on, people, help me out. What other products from Tekton are made in the USA? I even have some. They have a new 3-piece pry bar set, which is made in the USA with strike and cap, which is all black. It's basically an exact replica of the Craftsman made in USA ones. If you guys can think of anything else right offhand, please drop it in the comments. My preferred filter wrench on my Camaro, just the standard. You know, I have the rubber one. It's okay, but you know, your standard oil filter wrench is all I really use. If I can get my plier style one in there, I'll use it. I actually had to use it because I had a filter on there, but I needed to install some oil pressure sensors and stuff, and I had nowhere to put them, so I installed a sandwich up in there, but I couldn't get the filter off. So that the pliers with the teeth on it really dug into that filter and just ripped it off. So that was great. Um, it all depends. Glenn, that's really hard. I prefer, I mean, as long as it's a higher tooth count, really, and they operate smoothly. These Tektons have been great, 90 tooth. The Gear Wrench 84 tooth and 120 XP have been great. Um, my Snap-on 80 tooths have been great. My Matco 88 has been great. Um, my Carlisle has been great. I believe that's an 80 tooth. Mm, I like a higher tooth count ratchet. Uh, the Boxo Tools USA. Um, that is an extremely smooth ratchet. It compares to my Snap-on. I was really surprised by it, though. I was not expecting it to be that smooth, but I can't really, pick one ratchet. Huh. I didn't know Walmart had the USA made ones. That's pretty funny. Have you tried Infinity Drive ratchets? No, I have not. I don't even know if I've heard of those. Thank you, Frank. So, yeah, I've been really happy with these. I've had them a little over a month now, and they're nice and smooth. I like, obviously, Tekton's always got that really nice chrome job. Uh, this is my webcam, so it's not going to be the best quality, but um, they've really designed the heads a lot better. They're much more slim and narrow now. They're not bulky and ridiculous like their old versions. But I really like them. I've really enjoyed them. But I'll also have a video coming out soon of my gear wrench and what I'm switching to from the gear wrench. So that should be out in a few months. I don't know how many videos I have made. I think I've got a stockpile of about 28 videos right now and only release 2 a week. David Young. What's up, Dave? About time you showed up. I don't know how I feel about the no teeth, the gearless ratchets, because if something's loose, I'm not going to know if it's going to be rotating the right direction or not. But I mean, it's a cool concept. Dave, I am going USA, if that's what you're wondering. I don't know. Do you smell one? No, Glenn, I don't think I would compare the Sunex made in China angled wrenches anywhere near Tekton's USA made wrenches. I saw those, felt them. They're beautiful wrenches and very, very well priced. I didn't even notice your greatness. My apologies. Do the flex heads lock? No, the ones I purchased do not lock. They're not a ball detent, but I'm sure you've seen this style in a couple other. Uh, it's a spring-loaded detent still, but I like it better than just your standard ball detent down there. So it's a semi-locking flex head. The Icon brand, haven't really used any of it. You must have had it disguised. Yeah. I'd just say just be happy with them making the product in the USA. People even question Snap-on's material. I'm not going to get into all that. As long as it's built well and is priced well, that's all that really matters if it gets the job done. Yeah, MD Lee, I completely agree. Uh, really, really nice. And I know I got that email of them being back in stock, and I went to purchase them, and boom, they were already out of stock. I mean, they went fast. Yes, I do prefer Tekton over Harbor Freight. Oh God, I'll fall off my chair. America. But yeah, I just figured I'd let you guys know about the new 92 Tekton ratchets, how to lubricate them, and that their socket sets are being updated. So just keep your eye out for those. Other than that, it's really it as far as the Tekton stuff. I do have a lot of good videos that should be released here soon. So hopefully you guys will stick around and watch those, and also check out my new description in my videos. Not this one yet, but any of them that I release from here on out, they're going to have that new Amazon link. Everything will be organized a little bit better. I'm constantly like, trying to keep it updated with best prices and stuff. So I don't see what the point is for the David, they're used a lot on like uh, heavy duty machinery, forklifts, probably more diesel applications. I mean, granted, you could use them in a lot of situations, but that's where they're mainly used, like on hydraulics and stuff like that. Yeah, Jason, that's what I was afraid of. I almost bought one. I think it was the Cobalt one, but the gearless feature, like it, the concept is really cool. It's one of those tools. The concept was really cool, but after thinking about it, I was just like, I feel like I wouldn't like it. Yeah, MD Lee, I've had mine maybe a month, and a half now, and it's pretty great. How does it stack up to the Boxo Ratchet? It's actually very similar to the Boxo Ratchet, um, but I mean, it almost feels like the Boxo Ratchet is like pre-lubricated, like, and like I don't want to take it apart to even see because like that's the teeth mesh so well together. Like I don't know, it's really quiet yet it's still really strong. It's hard to describe the feeling of the Boxo Tools one. And that's one thing I'm afraid of. I was like, I almost want to buy another Boxo Tools or Boxo USA Tools ratchet just to see if it's the exact same as the one I got, or if I just got lucky with the ratchet that I have. But yeah, Royce, they're going to be great for DIYers or professionals. My personal thoughts. Oh yeah, chocks. I wouldn't never use a gearless ratchet for anything high torque. I think they're more for your confined spaces, low torque, but still, once a screw gets loose, and if you're in a tight spot, how are you to tell if, you know, I don't know. That's what worries me. I'm like, I don't know if I'm even, ratcheting it the correct direction. Joseph, the only I have one long Tekton ratcheting wrench, and it's at 8 and 10 millimeter, I believe. Um, and I use that for like brake jobs and stuff. Hey, Brad's workbench, how you doing? Yes, indeed, David. It is Yingling. What do you think about Sonic tools? I personally have never touched them, never seen them in real life. um, I'm guessing they're going to be similar to the Boxo USA tools. That's just my guess, though. Mike, on the Tekton ratchets, if that's what you're talking about, they're going to be 90 teeth, and I believe it's always 6 or 8 teeth engaged, so it's really strong. Unless the thread is backwards, then it's lefty tighty, righty loosey. I don't think I've broken any of my Tekton tools. I came pretty close on the old pry bar set, but I don't even know if they still sell those. And I got rid of mine. I did burn up my Black and Decker circular saw though. I bought it when I was in El Paso to build this workbench over here, and that's literally what that circular saw was for. After it got done with this workbench, it burnt up. We tried to use it to build the pantry, and I pulled it out of the cabinet and click, 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 wouldn't do shit. So went out and just bought I think I just got a skill saw. It's a skill brand. I was gonna get uh, a DeWalt 20 volt to go with the rest of my 20-volt lineup, but I didn't feel like spending money at the time, especially because I don't do a whole lot of woodwork, uh, mainly automotive stuff. So I was like, oh, I'll just save a little bit of money here and just put it towards automotive stuff. Yeah, Jason, that's the only place I've seen them too. I don't know if I've seen that screwdriver trucker. I actually ordered them from the Tekton website uh, because you get a percentage back. off of everything you purchase, and you can put that towards more Tekton tools later on down the road. What's up, Fuzzy Wuzzy? That's the one I have Brad's workbench. I have the Irwin turbo sockets, and that's also what I use at work on the race car. Uh, and everything I've had to use them for, it's worked great. The turbo sockets, yeah, and the reverse drill bits and everything from Irwin as well. Yeah, Mike, you don't have to tell me. Black and Decker, it was definitely junk. I bought it at the time because, well, for one, I had just gotten out of the army, just started college, didn't have much money, and when I went to, Home Depot or Lowe's or whoever the hell was selling it, I don't even remember. Um, it was like $70 for a drill, a battery, and the circular saw. I was like, well, yep, that looks like cheap junk, but it's cheap, and I'm hoping it'll get the job done. It was literally so hard on that saw to cut through these 4x4s. Um, I had to obviously cut twice because the blade wasn't big enough to cut through the entire 4 inches. But yeah, it didn't last long. But that's all right. Yeah, I was MD Lee. I was just glad that it actually got through this project. That's all that mattered. I got my money's worth out of it and learned my lesson. So, Royce, I actually sold both of my pass-through socket sets because I personally did not have a use for them. I could have used them on a lot of projects, but I didn't have anything I needed it for. So, but they're good for suspension work, strut towers, uh, bicycles, anything where you got a lot of thread that you got to work around. But I don't really come across that situation enough to need a pass-through socket set. I've determined that over the last 3 years. So I got rid of them. I can just use a ratcheting wrench. But they are good. I've had the gear wrench and the Harbor Freight. I was pleased with both. So, Jason, I'm pretty sure that's back when they actually put time and effort and uh, good quality parts into the tools, so they actually lasted. Nowadays, Black and Decker is not putting that time and effort or quality parts into their tools. So you're lucky to have a good product there. That's pretty cool. And it just skipped through a whole lot of comments, so I'm not even going to try and. Yeah, Fuzzy Wuzzy. I just I could never find a situation where I actually needed it. Joseph, I haven't heard anything negative about those. Those 5 drawer service cards, great. Whether you're a DIY or a professional, I know a lot of people that use them. Shoot, if I needed more toolbox room and stuff, I'd definitely get that, especially for that price. You can't beat that. Yeah, I know exactly what you mean, Trucker 88. I used it a few times just because I could use it, and it was a great set, but I didn't need it. But it all varies for different people. What's up, Hard Knocks Forge? Good to hear from you. That's all that matters, Yoda Doug. If that's all you got, and it'll do a lot of different jobs, so be it. That's all you need. There's an $89 coupon for the 4-drawer US General. That's a pretty good deal, but I think a majority of people love that 5-drawer. Yeah, Hard Knocks, I completely agree. I think if anybody's looking for a low profile socket set, don't buy a low profile socket set. Just buy a pass through socket set. It's going to be just as shallow, if not shallower. Because I have both, and I had both, and my pass through set was much more shallow than my low profile set. So you got a very good point there. Joseph, I was 31 Bravo. Hey, what's up, John? Good to hear from you. That that too, John. The colors, a lot of different color options now. They've been good, David. Getting the Crescent, it's going to be the exact same thing. So if you can find the Crescent roto head ratchets for cheaper than the gear wrench, I'd just go with those. This right here is a little bit of Yingling right here, Brad. Just go to the bottom. I can't keep up with the comments. If I don't answer your comment, just comment again. 92 Romeo, what was that? Thank you, fire truck mechanic. Advanced Auto no longer sells gear wrench. I did not know that. I haven't been in there in a while. It's kind of hard when I get off work. It's more natural for me to run over to the Napa store because it's a little weird if I run into like AutoZone or Advanced Auto Parts while I'm wearing work clothes that says Nap on it. So I try and stay away from there. Yeah, Chris, I saw Snap-on's low profile socket set, and I thought it was really cool. But I was not about to pay the $200 or $300 or whatever the hell it costed. It was ridiculous. I was just like, I don't know how much I'm going to use that. I can't justify it. Hey, what's up, Samson? Yeah, John, Carlisle does have some good deals. Good to know, Yoda. I don't know. There's only a few MOSs that I actually know by the number and the alphabet, uh, like 11 Bravo, uh, 31 Bravo, uh, and now I can't even I can't even think of the rest of them. I know like 5 or 6 different MOSs by the numbers, and that I just go by job title. Because I was 31 Bravo MP, but I was actually an investigator. So, but they don't have an identifier for it. Very true, Hard Knocks. They do get overlooked a lot, and a lot of times have great deals. Trucker 88, it all depends. If you find them on deals, that's a good time to buy. A lot of the times when they're not on deals, they are a little bit overpriced. But no, I was not I was MPI. Yeah, so Snap-on had that low profile socket set, but I was just like, yeah, I can't justify buying that, especially at that price. And then I was walking through the store and saw this power built set. I don't know if you guys have seen this or not, but try and not dump this all over the floor. But this power built, it comes in a nice little red case and it's a nice little low profile. I never understood the thin handle. I mean, all that does is make it uncomfortable. If the head is that size, I don't see how the handle being this thin is going to help any situation. But I think it was like $20. I was like, well, either way, that's better than the 200 and some dollars from Snap-on for a tool that I'm not going to use very often. Yeah, it's a great box. I love it. Glad to hear you like it as well. Yeah, Samson. That's what I was kind of making this video about is Tekton not only releasing the, USA made wrenches, the 92 ratchets with quick release or without quick release, uh, how to lubricate them, as well as Tekton uh, improving upon their socket sets. Like that little socket set up there, uh, you used to get the big, bulky old ratchet. Well, they've improved upon the socket quality and they've started to uh, include the new 90 tooth ratchets instead of their big, clunky old design. So it's really cool. So when you're buying them online, make sure now that you get the new set and not old stock. You like I I really like both the Gear Wrench 120 XP and these. I mean, obviously you already know the difference. The Gear Wrench 120 XP being 60 tooth gear with dual pawls, and this being a 90 tooth gear. Um, both really good ratchets. Just whenever you lubricate the Tekton ones, just make sure not to use uh, assembly lube like this or anything extremely tacky because it will bind it up. Uh, so just a couple drops of 3-in-1 oil and you're good to go. The Tekton ratchets are not made in the USA, but they are much improved over the old ones and many other ratchets. They've slimmed down the head design, improved tooth count, quality, smoothness of the ratchet, just the handle design, chrome job. I mean, everything about it is much better than their old design. I know what you mean, Brad. Uh, Sometimes that's a very hard choice to make. Epic Garage. I'm not sure if did they have a detent. I didn't buy any of the old Tekton ratchets because I didn't like how bulky they were. I'm not sure if they had a nice detent in there. Were they just your standard flex head? Did they have any uh, semi-locking feature to them? So I mean, these don't have any play to them except for when you switch. So I mean, it's spring loaded, so I mean, it can't really get much more wore out than that, than the tension that's already on it. Thank you, Bella. No detent. Okay, yeah. So these have a detent, so they shouldn't get all sloppy and stuff. I mean, maybe after years and years, but they really shouldn't, as long as that spring doesn't lose tension. Thank you. I'm really glad you like the reviews. Bella, I actually just had a video come out today on whether you can just use Chrome sockets or should you just use impact sockets, or the best way to go about it. So I always release a video on Monday and Friday every week. Trucker 88, I actually only have the 3/8 long ratchet. So this is going to be your standard length 3/8 ratchet. And then here's the long one. So you can really see the difference here. This is 18.5 inches long. This one is 8.5 inches long. So you got 10 extra inches of leverage right there. And that's the 3/8. I think the half inch is 24 inches long. I think you'll like it, Epic Garage. Brad's Workbench, what's your opinion on 12-point versus 6-point sockets? There was a lot of good comments on there. I personally, think both of them have their place. Obviously, one has a specific job, and so does the other. Thank you. I'm really glad you enjoy the reviews. Yeah, Kevin, I agree. The long ratchets are very nice. And I got a video coming out on this little guy back over here. The M12 ratchet's been doing great. I love it. I like how it automatically stops when it's at its torque capacity. All that. I think it's really good. It has you know, snapped my wrist a couple times. Nothing too bad, but it'll get you sometimes. Trucker 88, I completely agree. Very, very little back drag on these Tekton ratchets. Really smooth. Yeah, Joseph, Knipex pliers, they're a little spendy, but that's not spelled right. But but they are great. I think you just add an E in there at the beginning that you can get rid of. Yeah, just like No Name Found said, they're a little pricey, but they're worth it. I got quite a bit of Knipex. Yeah, but what are some videos that I'll have coming out? Let me take a look here. You gotta watch out for them shoots. So I got that Sunex power tool organizer. That video will come out. I got a home mat garage cabinet, storage cabinet video coming out. Some more toolbox organization videos. The garage renovation of this new house of mine. I got a couple videos on that. A couple Camaro videos, not many. The winter time's not a good time for me to be working on the Camaro. Toolbox organization. A couple tool hauls. My great grandfather, he passed away a couple years ago now, but my great grandmother just passed away a few months ago. Um, so my family back in Nebraska was kind of going through some of their stuff, and my grandma actually came to visit me, or my grandparents did, and she brought me a box full of just some of his random tools. He was more into carpentry and woodworking and stuff, but I still had her bring me some of his old tools. So I got a video of that coming out. I got Dino Don's dual Y pipe video coming out, selling some of my tools, switching some tools out right over here. um, how to clean and lubricate a ratchet, or possibly how not to clean and lubricate a ratchet. It's funny because I always go through the same process with all my ratchets. Um, no matter what the tooth count, I got the 120 XP, which is a 60 tooth, 88 tooth, I got a 90 tooth, I got 80 tooth, 72 tooth. I got a lot of different high tooth count ratchets, and I've always lubricated them the same way. The Tekton did not like that tacky assembly lube though. Yeah, they really beefed up the heads of the ratchet, but I'm usually not using a cordless ratchet in a like super tight spot. Even the old one wasn't smaller than a normal ratchet. So if I'm really working in a super tight spot, I'm just going to go for a normal ratchet anyways. So the bigger head doesn't bother me. It's stronger uh, as far as the way it's built, as well as the amount of torque. So I think it was a good upgrade. Matt, like I was just saying, I got the M12 Milwaukee cordless ratchet there, as well as a couple DeWalt's, and then I'll have a couple more Milwaukee videos coming up as well. So stay tuned for those. The only thing I didn't like about the Husky was you had to charge it. So if it dies in the middle of a job, like that's kind of annoying. But and then somebody was all like, "Oh, just buy two of them." I was like, "Well, if you're gonna buy two Husky uh, cordless ratchets, just in case the battery dies, you might as well just go ahead and buy the Milwaukee at that point." They say you can actually use the M12, cordless ratchet to break things loose, but like you're saying, definitely would not, because a majority of the time you're going to be pressing right where the battery clicks into the tool. So I'd be more afraid of breaking that than I would the head of the ratchet. SK tools, I think they're great. I personally don't own any. I've used them, seen them, uh, and everything I've heard about them. SK is a good brand. But yeah, I'm gonna get ready to end this video now that it's about an hour long. But just to recap on everything that I've said, so Tekton, their socket sets, just like this guy up here. Everything that's being sold now will include their new ratchets and upgraded design sockets. So if you're purchasing them on Amazon or eBay, make sure that you get the new style and not the old stock. If you buy it from their website, it should be the new stuff. Their ratchets, 90 tooth, smaller head design, really well priced, beautiful chrome job. But when lubricating them, the 90 tooth ratchet does not like the tacky assembly lube. So beware of that when you're lubricating your ratchets. Other than that, if you buy Tekton stuff from the Tekton website, you get a percentage back for everything that you purchase, no tax, no shipping costs. And then you can use whatever money you get back towards tools that you buy from Tekton later on down the road. Really good stuff. Other than that, they have new angle wrench sets, still sold out. They got them back in stock, and boom, they were sold out before I could even buy a set. And then stay tuned for a lot of my future videos. I release every Monday and every Friday, and it should be pretty good content. But I just want to inform you guys of lubricating these Tekton ratchets if you do decide to purchase these. I've been extremely happy with them. Just be careful with how you lubricate them. But I really hope you guys enjoyed, and I really hope you guys have a good night. I got to get to recording a video of these tools up here. Do that tonight, and then we'll see where it goes from there. But got a lot of work to do, so I hope you guys have a good rest of your weekend. I hope you guys enjoyed the live chat. It was good catching up with a lot of you guys. So have a great weekend, and if you haven't watched tonight's video on the impact sockets or chrome sockets, make sure to check it out. Otherwise, I'll have my next video posted up on Monday around evening time. See you guys next time.